Praise This now streaming on Peacock. Um, I gotta say, man, after watching Mario, I was gonna take a break. That's how bad Mario was. But watching this movie, my wife was like insisting that I get up early in the morning to come watch this movie. I came down, I cooked the little eggs, I sat down on the couch, and I thoroughly gut busted laugh, man, the entire time. Drewski was extremely special in this film, man. That's not to say that Chloe Bailey did horrible by any means, because she did not. She was actually rather pleasant. I'm not a big fan of hers, but she this movie is great. Don't get me wrong. This movie is awesome, and I'm proud of her for that. Okay, I forgot her name in the movie. Chloe moves from LA. She's having some issues in LA with her father and with schooling and everything. And so she moves from LA to Atlanta. She comes to the South, and she's of course has this typical nose stuck up in the air because she's from LA, and us Southerners are we talk slow and all that, right? Typical. So she comes to the South to live with her cousin and her uncle. She lies and says something about joining a praise team with her cousin that her cousin was on, and that's where the fun begins. So her uncle is a devout member of this particular church, and he said, "Hey, you know what? Since you lied, we're gonna make it the truth. You're gonna join." So he makes her join. He makes her join the praise team, and let's tell you, man, it was hilarious, man. Country Wayne's moment with the singing in the painted. I want to say the painted penguin. I think that was a painted penguin doesn't sound right. I'm gonna throw it up here, so you're gonna see what's. I know I'm screwing this up, but it looks like something like what we have in Charlotte, man. So we have this cool place in Charlotte called Pins, man. I think they're also in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. I looked it up before. So it's like duck bowling, if I'm not mistaken. So they go to this place called the Painted Whatever, and they have this little battle with Country Wayne acting as the DJ. And listen, this little section was really good. This is where Chloe Bailey, to me, really shines. This is where she shines at when she does covers, and she's really in her little R&B ish groove, and that's where she really shines to me. Other than that, she does too much, and it's funny because she just had a post last night, late last night, or maybe a couple days ago, saying that Chloe's been doing too much for too long, and she posted it, reposted it, or whatever, and it was funny, man, because she really has. This girl, the way she sings is it's always a little bit like she's trying to sound older than what she is, I guess. That's the best way I can explain it, because she's been and it just goes off like, please stop, please. But in this movie, man, she did a phenomenal job, man. Kudos to her. I'm not saying she's winning any Oscars anytime soon, but she did she did a phenomenal job. Drewski again was a shining moment. Quavo, obviously he's not an actor. Let's again, no Oscars are being handed out, but Quavo was pretty solid, man. I have to say, man, he was actually pretty solid in this film. So let's get back to the story. So there is a this praise group called the Oil Factory, and at the Oil Factory, it's being led by this young lady named Burgundy Baker. Thank you. Burgundy Baker out of Raleigh, North Carolina, another North Carolina native like myself, man. So she switches up teams, man, and I know I just gave away a spoiler, but it's early in the movie, I promise. And she switches up teams and winds up kind of leaving them stranded. So they leaned on Chloe's character to kind of pull them through, and she's very talented. She does her thing. So we pretty much have an adventure, man, not unlike movies such as like Fighting Temptations, even step it up, step off with Chris Brown. Then you can't think of it either. Stomp the Yard. Thank you. It's in that same vein of movies, man. Pitch Perfect. Those same type of films, man. Um, anyway, it's right along. It's right in that alley, man. So it just didn't have those deeper emotional connections at all. But if you are looking for a film to give you a good time this weekend, if you are looking just to generally laugh with your family, this is it. This is it. I I initially said, okay, yeah, I wouldn't go to the movies to see this, but I would not have been disappointed if I went to the movies to see it. Don't get me wrong. Maybe a discounted movie. I remember back in the day, we used to have it when I lived in Indianapolis, man, we had this movie. It was only 50 cents a show, right? A funny story. I was watching All About the Benjamins, and the sound went out in the theater for some reason. And the guy in the back said, I want my money back, Dick. And he was cursing, The guy next to us, he took 50 cents and threw it back, said, here, now shut up. And so, I mean, anyway, it was just a little funny story, man. But if I would have went to a discounted, like a dollar movie or something, I would have been extremely happy. I don't see myself paying 17, 18 for it, but you already have Peacock for, of course, for Bel Air. Season 2 is running now, by the way. But if you already have Peacock, definitely give this movie a try, man. It is sincerely worth it. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Also, be sure to follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Look for Enamored Movie Reviews and my main podcast, Enamored Podcast. We get into everything, man. Every other Saturday on the main channel, we go live. So make sure you guys are following and hit that notification bell so you're getting that and you can join a conversation, man. We're also going to start taking in live phone calls, maybe to Saturday night. So make sure you guys definitely check us out, man. We're doing great things, yo. All right, now, happy watching.